favorite fucking coach. Let's get it. We're back. I'm going to be bringing up another Rockstar client of mine. I'm going to invite her to join, and it's going to be Liddy. It's going to be a good time. We're going to get this rocking and rolling, and it's going to be fantastic. Isis, what is going on? We're back. I'm convinced Isis has my freaking notifications off. Come on, jeez. It's going to be a good time bringing up one of my Rockstar clients here, Jess Deltosta, in a second. I think I'm saying her name right. I'm so bad with names, man. It's fucked up. But I'm going to message her quick, make sure she gets on here, and then we're going to rock and roll. It's going to be a good time. As you guys are pulling up, let me know how your day's going in the comments, and we'll get this freaking rolling in a second. Let's get it. What is popping? Just sent you request on IG. Let's get it. Want to let her join? What's fucking good? TikTok, what is popping? Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, IG. You guys know the vibes. TikTok says I lost connection here, so let me just get on the Wi-Fi. Gonna vibe out for a sec. What's good? I don't know why this phone got disconnected from Wi-Fi. That's fucked. Why isn't it working, bro? I'm gonna get my girl Jess in here in a sec, and then we're gonna run this up. It's gonna be a good time. Here. Damn, bro. Jess, can you see the request to join? I'm gonna send it again. Bingo. Oh, TikTok is working. Oh, sick. Yo.
Whoa. It's like in my face.
What's good?
What's up?
How the heck are you?
Good. How are you?
Best day ever. You know the freaking drill. What's going on today?
Nothing. I actually just took creatine for the first time today.
Shit. Let's go. We're getting the gains in, baby.
I'm excited.
Cool.
I'm like psyching myself out though. I'm like thinking that there's like something's gonna happen.
Wait, what? With the creatine?
Yeah.
No, you're good. You're totally fine. So we're gonna hop right into this. So Jess, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be counting down from 3. I'm gonna do the little podcast intro, and then we're gonna introduce you, and then we'll run through a couple things, and we'll have some fun. How's that sound?
Sounds great. I love to have fun.
It's gonna be lit. All right, let's do it. We're gonna get this rolling in 3, 2, and 1. What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Shift Your Mind, Change Your Life podcast. This is your favorite motherfucking coach, Coach Sal. Let's get it. In today's episode, I'm joined by another one of my Rockstar clients, Jess Deltosta. Am I saying your name right?
Deltosta.
Deltosta. We were close enough. So appreciate you hopping on, Jess. But give us a little bit of backstory. Who are you? Where are you from? Why are people listening to you? Let's break that down.
Yeah, of course. Like you said, Jess Deltosta. I'm from New Jersey. Grew up outside New York. I was living in Manhattan for like 4 years, and I actually just made a change, moved up to Boston.
Yeah.
And a lot of changes this year. So
Yeah.
I moved, and then I guess I'll give them all a background of like how I found you.
Yeah, for sure.
Scrolling TikTok, you came across my For You page, or you were coming across my For You page a ton. So I was like, oh, like what's the deal? And so I started following you. And followed you on Instagram and started, kind of looking into your content and listening to your lives and your streams and stuff, and was like, maybe I should really do this. And I was a little bit hesitant, obviously, with the whole online training. And, there was like a period of time where I was like, damn, like I'm waking up early every single morning. I'm in the gym. Like, where are my results? Like, what's going on here? So you finally got me to get a conversation going. Kind of like history from there, honestly. It's been the best decision I've ever made in my life.
Let's go.
Transformed not only like my body, but just like my physical health, my mental health, everything has just like been twofold in the process. So it's been great.
Absolutely. I appreciate you sharing that and being open and honest, because like, yeah, we were going back and forth for like quite some time, right?
Yeah.
I think we were communicating for what, maybe like 6 months, give or take.
Yep.
It was a good amount of time.
And I would respond to your like little polls that you put on Instagram and stuff, and you're like, "You ready yet? Like, why are you responding?" I was like, no, not yet.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
So, Jess, you said something that stands out to me. You mentioned that you were skeptical about the whole like online training thing. So can you dive into that for a second, if you don't mind?
Yeah. So previously I worked with a personal trainer in person. So I think that like, I just had this concept of like, if I'm not there with you and I'm not like being pushed like 24/7, like, you from online was not going to do the same. It wasn't going to have the same effect, essentially. So, I was like, I know how to lift. I know like what I should be eating, what I shouldn't be eating.
Yeah.
There was a period of time in my life though, where I was just like, like, I don't want to track. I don't want to do this. I just want to eat what I want to eat. I'm going to eat well though.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that I'm like, not eating a lot of processed sugars, just like the normal things that people obviously think of to, lose weight and see gains in the gym. So it wasn't until like I was just noticing that nothing was happening for me. I'm doing all of these things and, I did see like a good amount of weight loss in the beginning, but then I just like completely plateaued. So I was like, okay, well, maybe what really got me was I was like, okay, well, he can program for me, right? He can give me my workouts. We'll see about the nutrition piece. Like, I was like, whatever about that, but I was more focused on like, you giving me intentional workouts, right? Like that we were targeting certain areas that I know that I wanted to like improve on.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, okay, well, even if he's just that, like, I'll be able to have this and we'll see how it goes. So, we had our first phone call and I was just like, oh shit, like this is more like, because it was also part of the accountability too. I wanted somebody to hold me accountable for showing up every day and, doing what I do. Because I was used to this. Like I told you this, I was like, I work out every morning. Like that's not my issue. I don't need motivation. I don't need a reason why. Like I need like the blueprint, the program, all that. So, then you started telling me about the community and the Facebook group and all of the people that you work with and, how everything's different. And I was like, okay, like, I don't know what I'm signing up for, but it sounds intriguing. Yeah. So then I was like, you know what? Like, if not now, when? That was, like, what I was thinking. And not even so, because remember I told you, I was like, can we do this in August?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I got vacation.
Yeah.
Like, I want to chill. So, like, no.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how it works. And it's so funny because I think back to that time, too, and I was like, even in that first week, like, I was like, I already sensed, like, a change because I was thinking about what you gave me, everything that you provided me. Like, there was just so much value that I have to take advantage of this. Like, I have to start now, like, it's not going to be perfect, but we'll just see how it goes. And then, like, shit skyrocketed. I don't know. I'm like on cloud nine with just my life and where I'm at and just what I'm doing with you guys and all the other people in your community. Like, it's just been like such a blessing, honestly.
Yeah, it's been quite the journey so far, huh?
Yeah.
And I just want to take a second and say, like, yo, like, I'm really proud of you and your efforts and like showing up for yourself. Like, yeah, what we've been able to do in a short amount of time has been remarkable because you're following the blueprint, right? Like, you're implementing everything that we have in store for you. And there's no coincidence that things are working for you as a byproduct of that. Now, what you said earlier, I wanted to touch on was that you were doing all the right things, but yet you weren't seeing the progress that you want. You said you stalled out. So I'm curious, Jess, like, what was that shift for you when you came in? Like, how, like, what was the things that you were focused on that you feel like really helped?
Yeah. So basically I feel like I was trying to, I was trying to like justify, like, I eat well, I do this, like, it shouldn't be that much more effort. Like, but it really is just these little things that you kind of brought to the table, measuring and being aware of not even calorie counts, but just like portion sizes and stuff like that. Like it was really just small tweaks that I noticed I needed to make in my daily life. That like really just kind of like got me focused and got me like in this groove that we're in right now. I feel like I'm also, the type of person who likes to live a balanced life. And like, I was concerned about that too. Because I was like, shit, now I'm weighing myself. Like, this mean, like I'm counting calories, like, and just, I was a little bit afraid that, and I remember you brought this up a couple times, but like I use words like hopefully, or like maybe, or like, yeah, we'll see if that happens, right? And I feel like I was just like trying to, hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You sign here?
Yeah.
She's getting packages in the middle of live stream. Shit.
Yeah, we appreciate it, okay?
Okay, thanks.
I'll text you, ask you about it.
Okay,
right?
thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
All good.
These guys delivering all my furniture.
All good.
So what I was saying was making those tweaks was kind of like one of those things that I didn't necessarily want to do. And I think a lot of people can resonate with that. Like, they're like, oh, why do we have to count calories? Why do we have to measure out our food?
Yeah.
It has just become second nature at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you already have the mindset that you want to change and you want to do things differently, like I already thought I was doing the right things. So by just doing something different, trying something different, and being open to that, that is what really like kind of made me get out of this all or nothing mindset and more into this just focus on making the better choices every day. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So weighing my food and watching what I'm eating and, being cognizant of portion control, like just noticing that and making different choices is what is started to show most of my success. Like, honestly, like the gym's one thing, obviously, I love being in the gym. I start my morning there's nothing I'd rather do. A morning without the gym is just like,
it's tough. Yeah. I hear you.
This day's over. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I feel like understanding that along with trusting you also in kind of what you're providing me, like you gave me all the tools. You set me up for success. You said, here's the blueprint. Here's what you need to follow. Here's what you need to do. Like, just go out and do it. That is where I feel like I just changed, like, not even in fitness, like in my life in general. Like, I've changed just the way that I think. Like, if I want to do something, if I want to make something happen, I'm going to do it because I'm putting my mind to it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think that's a great point that you mentioned, Jess, is it's not just about like the training. While yes, that is cool, but it's more so like how, and we focus a lot about that in the community too. It's like how you're showing up every single day, right? Like how you're speaking, how you're interacting with people at your job, on the weekends, like all that stuff. It really matters. And I think the biggest thing for you, like, has been that whole like all or nothing mentality. Like, it's funny because when we initially spoke, you were like, yeah, I'm gonna hold off for a little bit. I want to go on this trip. I want to do that. And I wanted to address that because I think a lot of people struggle with that, thinking that there's going to be like this perfect time that I'm going to be ready after this trip. But when in reality, you've seen that procrastinating is only going to make it worse. Right.
Right.
So I'm curious, like in your words, how were you able to like make that shift of maybe like the balance? Because you touched on the balanced lifestyle, right? So like, how do you do that? What does that look like? If there's someone listening who's like on the fence about it, what would you say to them?
Oh, absolutely. No, and it's so funny because I say it to my friends all the time. Like, I'm like, all of you can do this. Like, obviously being motivated and being dedicated to something is, like its own piece to the puzzle.
Yeah.
But in terms of looking at, you know, like I still go out. Like I go out to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I go out to drinks. I just choose to be more smart about what I'm eating, what I'm eating, you know, like, I mean, I didn't really have to change my drink of choice because I only really drink like light liquors, like vodkas, tequila, you know, stuff like that. So I feel like that wasn't too big of a shift, but how much, you know, like, I mean, I definitely feel like I have a lower tolerance now, which is kind of nice. So I don't have to drink as much.
Yeah.
But,
save some money.
Like, just being like, okay, I'm good after 2. Or maybe being like, I'm going to put a water between every drink. You know, instead of getting the double baked stuffed potato, I'm going to get grilled chicken and vegetables and stuff that I still enjoy eating. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's all just about like looking at things differently. Not saying, no, you can't do that. No, you can't have that. I think that's what really like shifted my perspective as well. And also something that I feel like we've been hammering home in the group lately, just about messy action. Like being consistent is one thing, but like knowing if you had a bad day or maybe you ate too much on a Sunday, you really like, you know, had some pizza or whatever, not throwing the towel in and being like, this is okay, my progress is over. It's done. You know, being like, all right, maybe I ate too many calories that day, but I'm just going to hop on it tomorrow, get back in the gym and, you know, get back on track. I feel like that's the point people need to understand is, you know, just because you have we're like imperfect people. You're going to have a bad day. You're going to, you know, wake up and be like, fuck this. I don't want to do this today. Like that's never not going to happen. So that's what I'm saying. Like coming to terms with that and understanding that things are going to be like difficult. You're going to have to face adversity and just being like, okay, that happened. Let's move on. It's a new day. It's the next day, you know?
Yeah, because that's really all you can do. And I think it's funny that you mentioned that is because like that's something that I used to struggle with so hard personally. And it took a lot of work for me to like get to that place. And that's what I'm trying to recreate for you guys. So I think it's absolutely remarkable that you've been able to do that. And it's like truly, it's also the beginning too. And I had Julian on yesterday and I said the same thing because you guys, I think maybe joined around the same time or at least close to it. And like you both have just made like such incredible shifts in a short amount of time. And it's because of your perspective. Like you said, like, oh, I still go out, you know, I still go to restaurants and drink and do all these things. And that's the point, you know, like fitness, living a healthy lifestyle doesn't have to be such an uphill battle all the time. It doesn't have to feel like a chore or a prison sentence. And I speak a lot about that in our community. And I love that you said that. I think that's incredible. Now to kind of like pivot here for a second, you mentioned that you were kind of skeptical, right? So like, I'm actually intrigued by that. Like what was really the hesitation coming in and like, how do you feel as a result of working together now?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. It was definitely like the financial piece for a majority of it. It was just like, oh, like, am I going to pay this person just because I'm being lazy? Like, I mean, I can go look up workouts. I can figure out. I mean, this is what I'm telling myself also.
Of course.
I'm not saying that like I wanted to do that. I definitely didn't want to do that. Yeah. But I also was just like, you know, this is stuff that I think I can do by myself, that I think I could just figure out if I just like sat down and did it. But it was one of those things that I wasn't skeptical of like you and like your knowledge. I was just like, okay, like, is this necessary? And then to be honest, I just got to a point where I was just like, I've been muddling with this idea for so long. Like, I should just do it. You know what I mean? Because like I was watching your videos, I was watching, you know, you have like a bunch of like form videos, you like show what could highlight or, you know, show good performance in like leg workouts, upper body workouts, all that stuff. So I was just like, you know, getting an idea of like what you knew, but it wasn't even based on that. It wasn't even like, I don't think that this guy like knows what he's talking about. I think it was just one of those things that was like, all right, I know that I'm going to have to cut back on other stuff in my life to do this. So, like, was I ready to do that? And it's so funny because just by doing this, like, I haven't even noticed the shift in, you know, money and, like, rebudgeting and stuff like that, which I think is the funniest part about it, because I was like sitting here, you know, I was finding excuses too. I feel like I was like, I don't need to do this. Like, you know, we'll see what happens. But I think that what really like resonated me with when we had our first call was just just knowing that it wasn't just me and you. Like, there was a group of people behind that I could like, and I feel like I resonate a lot with what you talk about in general. Like, I feel like definitely the journey you've been on is like almost a parallel or similar in that sense. But knowing that like I have people going through it like with me at the same time, something that I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get that anywhere, like specifically. So that's what I feel like I even hammer home when I like tell my friends, and like when they're asking like, what are you doing? What's going on? Like, you know, like, how do you really have to work this hard? Like, what's the deal? And, you know, I tell a lot of people, I mean, I've altered my life in a way to, you know, prioritize myself for sure, but also, you know, to do things that make me happy, and like, you know, just eating well. I've felt better just generally. Working out obviously feels great, and you know, it's a way for me to like start my day. But I really think that what people need to understand is working with you is not just a one-to-one coach client relationship, and it's about creating more relationships with people who are doing the same thing that you're doing. And we talk about it all the time, like what's our why and why we're here and why we're showing up. And I feel like listening to people, like, it inspires me even more to like push harder. You know,
absolutely.
I'm a little competitive too. I want
good.
That.
Yeah, you should be.
I feel like everyone else is there cheering you on too. I mean, you know, obviously, to get the praise from you and to know that I'm doing what I need to be doing and you recognize that, like, that's obviously amazing. I'm like, I tell my friends all the time, I go, Sal said he was proud of me today. This is like, you know what I mean? It's just like, that's good and validating, because I know that what I'm doing like matters and it means something, and I'm like hitting my goals, but also getting to like, you know, connect with people that, you know, might fall off or might have an off day, and like we all talk about it and we all motivate each other to get back on the horse, you know. I actually haven't talked about, I don't even know if I've talked about this with you.
Go ahead.
But I had like a bender of a weekend, like
for your birthday.
Or we did talk about it, I guess. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'm so scared to go back and tell everyone what happened this weekend. And, you know, I feel like old me would have sat in that and felt sorry for myself for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then been like, okay, I can get back into it. And then, you know, kind of repeat the cycle, rinse and repeat the cycle. Knowing that I have the support and people behind me to be like, you're fine. Like, just get back up. Just do it. Like, you'll be good. Like, you're not gonna erase all of your progress that you've made. Like, you just need to get back into it and like show up and just wake up. And I know, I mean, I remember I was like texting Kim. I'm like, I need motivation. Like, help. And she's like sending me fucking paragraphs, being like cat block everything. And I'm like, okay.
I got it.
So it's like, it's just to come back and just know that, like, you know, I may have fallen off and I may have, you know, went a little bit past like the limits that I've been kind of allowing myself, but it didn't mean that like I was done for and I like ruined my program and our work together. So, I feel like that was something that, you know, you wouldn't get just working with a trainer one-to-one, because if you were just working with a trainer one-to-one, you would just not tell them. And then like move on. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like your decision to like be honest or not, but like everyone is so honest and so vulnerable and so present in like our community that you want to be honest. You want to have people hold you accountable, because it will only make you better. It will only make you think like, okay, like I can turn this around. I can shift my mindset. I can get out of, you know, whatever dark place you're dealing with. And like,
that's what it is.
Get to work.
Yeah. I was trying like not to get emotional, because like you mentioned the like community aspect and like the relationships, and I've tried so hard over the last couple of years to like really create that. And so like hearing you say that and seeing you guys like communicate, like truthfully, that's what it's about, you know, is to create an experience to level up into the person that you're meant to be. Because I think we're all capable of achieving bigger things for ourselves. And a lot of times we fall into these like complacency traps of, you know, just doing things that maybe aren't serving us, or maybe playing at a lower level, when sometimes, like you said, Jess, it's just like making that conscious effort every single day, leaning into the community, having those tough conversations, and showing up regardless of how you feel. And you've done that. And like I said earlier, what you've been able to do has been really incredible, because you've made the decision, right? Like you have the blueprint, you have everything that you need, and you're executing, and it's not a coincidence, right? So with that being said, as we wrap up, because I want to be respectful to your time as well, what would you say to someone who is struggling right now, someone who may be listening or watching right now that maybe doesn't see that it's possible, doesn't think that they're capable of doing that? What would be your word of advice to them?
Yeah, I would honestly be open. You know, even if you are struggling with thinking that things can't happen for you, like I used to struggle with that all the time. I literally said, I was like, I will never get abs. I will never have abs. That's something that I never will have or want to do. And like, I'm already seeing abs. And that's not even from, you know, we talk about this all the time too. Like, you're not like, oh, doing abs every day is going to get you abs. Like, that's true. I didn't know that. Like, I thought that, like, I'd just be like, oh, I don't need to do, like, core work and stuff. Like, that's not what I'm concerned about. I have other areas that I want to focus on. But honestly, like, just being open and wanting to change, you know, no matter what that looks like, what that change looks like, you know, messy change, messy action, all stuff, you know that you have a group of people behind you to back you. So I feel like that's what the difference is. And working with you, I mean, in general, but also, you know, just recognizing that you don't have to struggle on your own. You know, we all struggle together. We all go through days that suck and days where we, you know, maybe didn't perform our best or didn't do our best. There's no one in this community at all that is like, yeah, you're probably done, so you should move on. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So
none of that.
Like, I don't know about everyone else, but I'd rather struggle with people than struggle by myself.
Absolutely. So,
like, if you're struggling, like, you should just call Sal.
Hey, you heard it first from Jess. You heard it first. Just call me. No, but I think that's really is a good point, because, you know, the journey is difficult. It's not easy. It requires a lot of sacrifice, effort, and discipline, and all those things, which, you know, having a community does make that a lot easier. So I'm glad to know that you're getting that from that. Now, Jess, as we conclude here, is there anything else that you feel like you wanted to share today? The floor is yours. This is your one opportunity to maybe put that out there if you wanted to.
I don't know. I mean, I think that, you know, people need to understand, like, something about fitness people, you know, and I think this is also just getting to know you and getting to know, like, people in the community and stuff. Like, people think that we're, like, you say this all the time, that people think that you're different, right? Or you're like this, you know, role model, and like, you know, you go through these lengths to, you know, get the body you have and change people's lives and all of this stuff. But like, something that we talk about often is that, like, you are a regular person, and you go through regular struggles and waking up and also feeling like you don't want to go to the gym, and also feeling like you don't want to go to work today. And you know, I think that that's helped me, honestly, in just like my mindset change as well, into like looking at people in this industry, people who like support the fitness culture and all of that stuff, to like, you know, be mindful that everyone is just proud of themselves for showing up for themselves, you know, and people don't post this stuff to be like, yeah, look how fit I am, look how great. Like, of course, like that is a great result to all of this, but you know, it comes along with so much adversity and struggle that people deal with every day outside of, you know, just like their own personal lives and stuff like that. Yeah. So I don't know, I just feel like I want people to like, you know, just be more kind to themselves in how they like handle going through those struggles, you know, like it's one of those things that it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to look perfect. Never. And you're not going to be like this, but like master lifter and, you know, you'll show up like that every single day. Like it's just, that's the point. You know, the point is that you're just giving it your best effort that you can every single day, and to just keep showing up for yourselves. Like, that's what I think.
That is the best thing I think ever said on the show. Because I agree. No, I really do. And it's like, I love that you said that, because like, I am you guys. Like, I'm the same fucking person. I'm a human being. I deal with all this shit. And like, whenever I feel that, like, I feel compelled, and like, it's my responsibility to tell you guys that. You know, like you heard me speak a few months ago, like after my show, I had like that huge week of like binge eating. And like, I got really emotional with you guys because like, I couldn't hide that. Like, there was no way for me to try and pretend to be someone I'm not. But like you said, it's important for us to grasp that, because I think people like to put fitness trainers on like this pedestal, but like, I want to lead with that and be like, hey, like, no, like I am you. I struggle with this too. Like, you could do it too. And like, that's why, you know, all the posts and this stream and this podcast and everything that we're doing, that's really the message, you know?
Yeah.
So Jess, I just want to say thank you for hopping on. I think this was absolutely incredible. I really appreciate your time. And that's all I had. Is there anything else that you wanted to share?
No, this was great. Thanks for having me.
It's lit. Jess, I appreciate you. We're fucking killing it, by the way. It's lit. And I'll see you in the community. Hope you have the best day ever. And we'll talk soon. You got it. Peace. Yeah, that is what it is. Jess Deltosta, absolutely crushed it. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you got some value. Be sure to drop your takeaways. Let me know what you guys are getting from the podcast, and hope you guys have the best day of your entire life. Peace, love, and protein. We'll see you in the next one. Let's get it. Boom. Let's go. Trying to end this, dog.